Stand by. The program will begin soon.
When I see an American flag, I immediately look at that I'm like, that person's probably a bigot. That person's probably a homophobe. That person's probably a racist if they're just flying American flags out everywhere.
Hold up.
Hey, this sounds more like a you problem. You should probably go see somebody about that.
We got over $5 million per year from the American taxpayers, being given no-bid contracts from Maine Governor Janet Mills, and is building a military in Somalia. He has been funneling money back to Somalia to build a military in Somalia. The guy is running a migrant services agency that builds Maine Care, which is what we call Medicaid, about $5 million a year. Oh no, those illegal immigrants aren't getting any Medicare. And then he said he raised money in the U.S. to buy weapons, munitions, and supplies for a paramilitary force he had hoped to lead as the president of Jubaland. Yes, that's a real state in Somalia. And to be clear, in Somalia, he's running to be the warlord of Jubaland. Elections in Jubaland aren't exactly like elections in America. It's whoever has the most guns is able to certify the election. So he needed to buy a paramilitary organization and paramilitary support in order to win the election. Avocados Diablias asked if you could bring any one comic strip character to life and train them to be a hitman, who would you choose? Oh, that's the easiest question ever. Calvin. Calvin. Oh, look, Somnambule Nation, you and I are on the same page. Calvin. From Calvin and Hobbes. Yes. And by God, Calvin would be the greatest hitman to ever live. Better than John Wick. I guarantee it. I didn't have to think of it. Stand by. The program will begin soon.
Yes, it's true. The Obama administration deported over 3 million people, and the Biden administration over 4 million people. But they didn't need troops. They didn't need military in the streets to do it. Tell me why. Put it in the chat. Tell me why you think that's that.
Because when Obama and Biden were in office, there were no riots in the streets of Los Angeles, even though 80% of the deportations were also expedited with no hearing. But you didn't give a shit then. Now that Trump's in office, you suddenly give a shit. Hope that helps.
That turkey was amazing. Mostly because I cooked it, because I'm really good at cooking turkey. So one of my tricks new tricks that I do, you know how when you cook a turkey in a pan, even if you got one of those raised pans, it always happens. You cook this turkey and the breast of the turkey get all nice, the top gets all nice and brown, and then you go to cut the underside and the thighs and legs are like all white underneath and not even done. Well, there's a trick you can do to avoid that. What you do is you cook the bird upside down for at least 1/3 of the cooking time. So you end up browning the bottom and sealing that first, even more so. And the other thing I do is I start my oven at 500 degrees. The first 45 minutes to an hour, you put it at 500 degrees, and then you turn it down to 325 and do the rest of the cooking. But anyway, do it upside down, and 1/3 of the way through, then you flip the bird back over in the pan, and the entire bird gets finished at the same time. So apparently, in Europe, you can refer to Americans as pigs, but not convicted rapists. A German court gives a woman harsher punishment than convicted. I hate it when people say rapist. I'll just say unwanted sexual activity peoples for calling him a disgraceful pig. She called someone convicted of that crime a disgraceful pig and got a harsher punishment than the person who actually committed unwanted sexual activity. And so that's why people were posting that story about the German court gives women harsher punishment than convicted unwanted sexual activity.
Stand by. The program will begin soon.
There's a story about this man, too. He led the attack on Pearl Harbor, but died a Christian missionary on December 7, 1941. Captain Mitsuo Fuchida flew the lead plane against Pearl Harbor, shouting the famous code, Tora, Tora, Tora. He hated America. But after the war, he met a former American POW, Jacob DeSager, who had returned to Japan not to punish him, but to preach the gospel. Shocked by this forgiveness, Fuchida bought a Bible and converted to Christianity in 1950. The man who started the Pacific War spent the rest of his life touring the U.S. and Japan preaching, quote, I was a follower of the sword, now I'm a follower of the cross. Nearly 5 years after pipe bombs were discovered outside the headquarters of the Democratic National Committee and the Republican National Committee in Washington, D.C., a suspect has been arrested in the case. On Thursday, federal agents arrested Brian Cole Jr., 30 of Woodbridge, Virginia, and he was charged with transportation of explosive devices, blah, 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 blah. But on Friday, legacy media outlets began reporting that Cole, this young black man right here, was a Trump supporter. And I'm not saying he's not because he's black. I'm just saying there's other evidence that might support the fact that he's not a Trump supporter. But we'll get to that. Quote, Brian Cole worked for a bail bonds company run by his father that worked to free illegal immigrants from ICE facilities and sued the Trump administration's Department of Homeland Security. He worked for his dad. They tried to free illegal immigrants. Interesting. Yes, I know every Trump supporter, every black supporter, Trump supporter, would be quick to hire Benjamin Crump, who represented the family of Trayvon Martin, attempting to sic the Biden administration Department of Justice on a local Tennessee prosecutor who had raised concerns about the bail bond company. We'll find out eventually that this guy had wanted nothing to do.
Additionally, if you open this up to ice fishing, while on the surface it sounds good, then what happens next year? Does someone come back and say, I want an ice shanty on Hudson Springs Park for X amount of time? And if you then allow ice fishing with shanties, then that leads to another problem. Prostitution. And now you've got the police chief and the police department involved. Just data points to consider.
It is Happy Bill of Rights Day on December 1791. The Commonwealth of Virginia ratified the Bill of Rights, the first 10 amendments to the U.S. Constitution. George Mason and James Madison were the driving forces behind these guarantees of individual rights. And note that all the individual rights that are in the Bill of Rights are not rights granted by the government. Those are the inalienable rights which the government shall not infringe. And if you notice, it's interesting because the Bill of Rights is all about what the government cannot do, not what the government can do. And I think kind of got away from that a little bit, where some people seem to think that the government is going to grant you rights. No, these are rights you have, whether it's a government or not, and the rights that the government must protect for you. So it was a unique thing when it came about in 1791. that government is not there to grant you or give you privileges, but rather to protect the rights that you have.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, the one and only Dawg Knight.
Oh, the irony is thick. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Night Live. I'm your host, Marty, also known as Dawg Knight on the internet. Welcome back to the Dawg Knight Channel, where I guess it's not breaking news anymore, but poor Eric Swalwell. Okay, I don't mean to laugh at his misfortunes, but I despise him. And it's not like some of this stuff wasn't known before. I mean, he's run for Congress in California since what? He's been in there for 12 years or something like that. At least he was there. I mean, I watched the man question Kavanaugh and make comments about Trump and all these other people. And it's like, oh my God. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about yet, believe me, we're going to go into it. I'm talking about two things today, mostly Swalwell and this incident with Savannah Hernandez in Minnesota. That's the two main topics today. And that's why it says hard to Swallowswell, because I have always called him Eric Swalwell. You know that. And then with a side of Minnesota or Minneapolis, I put Minneapolis, but whatever, Minnesota, because there's a bunch of stuff from Minnesota. Every day there's more stuff from Minnesota. In fact, today I'm using this cup because it's Minnesota. Today's show is brought to you by Prince. May he rest in peace, one of the greatest musicians probably of all time. I mean, look, whether you like his music, I put him on the same level as Mozart as far as musical genius. Obviously you don't know a lot about his pop stuff, but he has a book that's incredible, wrote songs for so many people. And again, he has 40 albums worth of music recorded at the Paisley Park Studios. They can put out a whole entire album for the next 40 years and still not go through his entire vault of recorded music of things he's written. So that'll be interesting because his family's put out two so far already. But anyway, and this is not about Prince. It's about Eric Swalwell in Minnesota. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So anyway, I'm on time. I mean, I'm 30 seconds late as opposed to, 35 minutes late. So I got time today. I didn't open a lot of articles because I really only saw there were two big topics. I mean, yeah, I could talk about, Iran, the fact that Trump is saying, fuck it, let's just shut the whole thing down until you guys cooperate as far as the Strait of Hormuz. Because now apparently he's taking control of it. I'm the captain now. He said that's what Donald Trump has said. I'm the captain now. But anyway, I want to talk about these two things. So let's just get started and go with it. First in chat today. The world is just normal and safe and kind. It is Mr. Avocados Diabli. Who gets the bell for being first? Thank you, sir. Also, good morning, Kara Soldier. What's up, Mike Savage? Blarg. Ms. Wildwolf, I missed you. The 2 days I'm sitting there promoting your merch site, you weren't here. If you didn't know that, if you happened to see the show last week at all, Like if you saw replays, for Red Friday, and I bought one of your shirts, and I'm gonna buy another one because I want to buy a T-shirt. I don't know if I bought a sweatshirt or a long sleeve T-shirt. Then I looked at it, I'm like, oh, is that a sweatshirt? I thought it was a long sleeve T-shirt. But anyway, those are cool, and they're in the links from my last 2 shows, and I'll probably link them up every Friday. It's a cool shirt. I really like it. Anyway, also, Miss Midnight, what's up, young friend? Unholy Queen, Blue-Eyed Screams in the house. Who else? Y'all are busy, man. Y'all been talking. Green Badger Outdoors, hello. I said Blue-Eyed Scream. The Pope is here. Pope Tyrannius III. The Blessed Lich with today's message of hope, not from the Father, not from the Son, but from the Holy Ghost. And today's message is blessing of the Holy Ghost. I should have music for this. I should have like soothing music for these blessings. Anyway, blessing of the Holy Ghost. Today, you woke up. You opened your eyes and saw the sun. It began as a good day. Let's keep that joy and end it the same way it started. I love the message. I love the message. Also, good morning to Liberty Vets in the house. What's up? Also, Man Squatch, good morning. And JB, Jay Blizz is in the house. What up? I'm scrolling slowly. Attack Alpac is in the chat. Good morning, Attack Alpac. Got my favorite Canadian Jaeger ponies here. What's up, brother? Lord Stanhope, good morning. And that's the end of the line. All right, thanks everyone who's here. We got about 20 people here so far. That's a good start. Call your friends, call your relatives, call the people who hate you. I don't call the people that hate you, but they might hate me, and I don't care. I love it when haters come. I hope Brenda shows up today. Good morning. Oh, and Tyler F's in the house, aka Hurricane Frenzy. Good morning. How you doing? All right, let's get into it. I got a lot of stuff to do, and I just saw something quite entertaining. All right, let's y'all are up early. Damn. Okay, so let's do the thank yous for the people sharing the stream or replying to the stream. You know, that link in the chat takes you to my announcement of the show, and I'd like you to reply to it with a simple "Let's go" and a GIF or a meme, which people have taken to often. First to do that today was Mr. Mike Savage. You get that bell. Wait a minute, I got to click the link here, or to click that button here. There you go, Mike Savage with his "Let Us Go." You get the first repost. Thank you, sir. Also, a meme from Resolute Germ. Now, that looks like Johnny Knoxville? Is that? I mean, I don't know. Is that Johnny Knoxville? I can't tell with the glasses. With gray hair, Johnny Knoxville's getting old. You know, it's funny because I always forget that some of these people that I grew up with on MTV might have been older than me when I thought, like, you know what? You know, if you're old enough to remember early MTV News, Kurt Loder was the main guy on MTV News. And I just found out that Kurt Loder is 82 years old. Oh my God. 80. He's he's 20 years older than me. I had no idea when you're a kid. Jackass was 25 years ago. I know Jackass was 25 years. Johnny Knoxville, and Siri, how old is Johnny Knoxville from Jackass? No. I don't want, no. Siri, how old is Johnny Knoxville? Siri. Dumb bitch. Siri. How old is Johnny Knoxville?
Johnny Knoxville is 55.
Oh, he's 55 years old. So I'm older than Johnny Knoxville. But still, I mean, all these people from MTV when I was a kid are old fuckers. Which means I'm an old fucker. Anyway, I guess I knew that. All right, so anyway, thank you, Resolute Germ. That took too much time. Also, Unholy Queen, thank you, a.k.a. Midnight, dropping the post. I appreciate it. And Miss Wild Wolf. I didn't say that correctly the first time, did I? Well, I did now. Also, Somnambule Nation, not used to be being here this early. You're like 4th or 5th today. Usually you're like number 1, but you did give me a nice little meme here. I told you has a message for you. Let's see what the message from I told you Donald Trump is. Let me hang on. I'm going to get the whole thing in here. This should be, I'm sure this is funny. Probably telling Iran to GFY. But anyway, here's, unless he's talking about the Pope, but here it is.
Assalamu alaikum, bitches. This is your new Ayatollah speaking. Well, if you think about it, I'm more like your new Ayatollah. Because I told you this would happen if you kept fucking around instead of taking JD's deal. My first order of business as your new Ayatollah will be to take over the Strait of Hormuz and to bring back bikinis to Iran. We're going to have big, beautiful beach parties all along the coast with delicious margaritas and sexy mamacitas. Anyway, we're the captains now, bitches. America is back bigger, stronger, and hotter than ever before. Believe me.
Okay, a lovely message, very important message from the Ayatollah Donald Trump. Good morning, K-Shaw. What up, Kirsten? How you doing? And let's see. Does anyone else? Lord Stanhope, I said hi. Donkey Punch Bandit, the greatest name on the internet's here. Resolute Germs here. I think I already said that, but anyway. Good morning, y'all. All right. And also thank you. What the hell? Now I'm a samurai. I forgot to tell you that I have a new profession. That would be Samurai Dawg Knight. That's beautiful. Wow, that's a really good AI there. AI is getting better and better. It actually looks like me. Now that's like scruffy me too. Holy shit. That's how my beard comes in. You must have an old picture. Anyway, thank you for that. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, and also Ms. Wild Wolf with a "Let's Go." Is there music to this? Why is it? Yes. Me too. Yummy. Okay, thank you, Ms. Wild Wolf. Oh, repost. There we go. And today is, oh, what the hell? No, that's not what I wanted to do. I want to repost, not quote post. Good God. Hit the right button, Marty. All right, there we go. Got it. And our daily Ric Flair, woo, from Tyre Alexander the Pope. And let the party begin. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Oh, more of a man squatch with Let's Go. Appreciate it. There's that. Here's one with a meme from Mr. Simon Wilkins. I'm not sure what that is, but it's some kind of cartoony thing. And K-Shaw and who is this? Man Squatch, Tyre Alexander, and JB, and Somnambule Nation, and Ms. Wild Wolf, and Green Badger Outdoors, and Resolute Germ, all reposting the show. Greatly appreciated. You are all awesome. And I do greatly appreciate it. All right. Let's get it on. Let's go. I don't know. I'm a little, I got to tell you, I got home early today, like I usually do on Mondays, but sometimes I have a lot of other stuff to do when I get home on Mondays because I prepare for the rest of my day, right? And but today I had a lot of time to get the show started on time. And I've also had 3 cups of coffee on top of the 2 energy drinks I had while I was at UPS. So I'm a little punchy today. Just telling you, I'd say that. And I have popcorn because I'm ready for whatever. By the way, did y'all have a good weekend? I had a really good weekend. Lady Boomer and I went to this, there's a bar in St. Paul Park, Minnesota. It's a small suburb of St. Paul that's kind of south and east, right? And this Legion Post has what they call Burger Fest every year. And they have all these food trucks that make burgers. And we went to that Burger Fest. And I may have had the best hamburger that I've had in my entire life at this Burger Fest. I can't even remember the name of the food truck was. Something like, what the hell was that name of that food truck? But it was a damn good burger. I took pictures so I would remember. What's it? Here, let me see if I can remember what it's called. If you live in Minnesota and you ever hear about this food truck, you have to go have a burger from them. It's called Burger Daddies. Burger Daddies. See, there's their menu that was on this by the side of the truck. Do I have a picture of the truck even? I don't even know if I did take a picture. Oh, here it is. So that's their little food truck. And I swear it was a smash burger with a couple kinds of cheese and their little sauce and picks it up. It was perfect. I mean, the most perfect burger I ever had. And it was amazing. And then yesterday I made some, when you scroll on either Instagram or TikTok or whatever, and there's these people who would come up with these recipes. And this dude from Canada who's really funny, he's always telling me, like, he says, here's the recipe for this, don't fuck it up. That's his thing. And he swears a lot. It's funny. But he had this recipe for some banana chocolate chip cookies, right? And I just happened to have 2 bananas sitting on the counter that were brown, like, banana bread style bananas. And so I made this recipe of banana chocolate chip cookies. Oh my God. It was amazing. I might have to even do a video about that because they were really, really good. The downside of cooking videos is that they make me hungry, and then I spend too much time at the grocery store. Yeah, no, I wasn't even hungry when I did it. Wait, sorry to interrupt, but what day did you order it? So I can. It was like last Wednesday, I think. I think it'll be here sometime. I'm not worried about it. It was last Wednesday. And you might not even recognize my name in it. So, it's the only one going to Minnesota probably. So anyway, but yeah, I ordered one, and I've been encouraging others to get it too. It's a very nice Red Friday shirt. Okay. Banana chocolate cookies. No, not at all. They're not really super banana-y. There's just a little hint of banana, and there's I got pecans in it and chocolate chips. And then you also do some salt flakes on top. So it's kind of like a salted, it has brown sugar instead of regular sugar. So it's kind of caramely. It's like a salted caramel chocolate chip cookie. And it is so freaking good. Little on the sweet side though. I'd probably do about maybe a third less of the brown sugar, but it's delicious. It's not showing it. I'll figure it out later, Miss Swalwell. I don't pay attention to the chat that closely. You're not making it sound better. Well, sometimes you just got to trust me. Okay. I'm going to make a video of me making those cookies. That's just it. Oh, and my other favorite Canadian is here, Unacceptable Views, and TC, aka Moist Tree Rat, and Simon Wilkins. Is that Ergotan Gooper Police? That throws me off, Simon. Every time you put that, I'm not used to your ad name. Anyway, all right, let's get back into the show. Oh, Scribe's. Oh, is Scribe here? Is Scribe here? Oh, he just did a let's go. Thank you, Scribe. Appreciate it if you're around. Okay. Yes, it is you. That's what I thought. Okay. Let me start doing the show because I could talk about my weekend, but I don't want to waste any more time talking about my weekend. Let's talk about other stuff. If you're going to use bananas, try adding walnuts. Well, that's what the recipe called for, but I didn't have any walnuts. I had pecans. Pecans. And I just happened to have a bag of chocolate chips and everything. I already had all the ingredients except for the walnuts. So I used pecans. I just did. It was really good. All right. If you're going to use bananas, add rice. Oh, I see what you did there. I see what you did there. Let's get into the news. Trending stuff. Oh, since I've been talking about the Masters tournament, the most racist tournament ever. It's funny. I've been waiting for somebody to make a video about the Masters tournament being racist. But I haven't seen. I'll have to like search just for that specific thing. I know we are all Somalis now. But no one's made but anyway, Rory McIlroy won the Masters, and that's trending. And I'm not going to talk about it other than there's some people who are really angry about Rory McIlroy though. And I'm not going to go into it, but there are a lot of people giving him shade after he won the Masters because, wanted private jets and this and that. And but he won. Anyway, congratulations to Rory McIlroy for winning the Masters. That's all it is. If you want to find out what some of the shade people are giving, you can go to the link yourself. I'm putting the tabs today. Also, Coachella is trending. Apparently, is it Coachella? It was Coachella weekend or something. And a couple things happened at Coachella. One, Justin Bieber made his return to stage, And apparently people weren't really thrilled with his performance. And apparently got $10 million to perform at Coachella. And well, this is Fox record scratch. Justin Bieber's return to the stage after a years long hiatus sparked backlash from fans after his $10 million performance at Coachella fell flat. The 32-year-old singer was heavily criticized online for playing YouTube videos of his iconic hit songs during the set while he sang along. Zero effort, just pure laziness, one ex-user wrote. So the believers ain't believing so much anymore, because he was ripped. I guess it was lazy, they called it. So there's a bunch of that. And then also a singer named Sabrina Carpenter. I'm not familiar with Sabrina Carpenter. I don't know anything about her music. But she's in trouble too, because apparently there was some cultural, well, I'll just call it cultural cheerleading going on. And she didn't quite understand it. And the fact, because she didn't understand it, thought it was weird, and then people are ripping her to shreds for it. I don't know if I can get in trouble for this. Well, let's find out. I'll find out later. Here it is. Wait, listen very carefully in the background. Now they put on the screen when it happens so you can understand what you're hearing, and then what she's talking to this girl, whoever this person is, about. Here we go.
Is that what you're doing?
It's Arab. It's an Arab call, which I thought music was haram. But anyway.
I don't like it.
She yells, "It's my culture," which I don't know if she heard her say it or not. You can hear her say, "It's my culture."
That's your culture, is yodeling?
Oh my God. I mean, I don't mean to laugh because it is someone's culture. But anyway.
Is this Burning Man? What's going on?
She thought she's being punked. But anyway, so apparently she's getting ripped to shreds for that. Let's see. Hang on a second. Where is it? Singer Sabrina Carpenter gets canceled by thousands of her fans over her response to a fan making Arabic tribal sound during her Coachella performance. And she's like, oh, and here it is. Oh, this is even more. It says, "Please don't yodel." Listen to this. Here's PSA, please don't yodel in front of Sabrina.
What? Is that what you're doing?
Oh, here you can hear
it. That's your culture, is yodeling? Is this Burning Man? What's going on?
So anyway, maybe apparently Sabrina isn't aware that no culture is better than any other culture, and it may be distracting in the middle of her performance of a sultry, slow song, slow jam. So please don't yodel during my slow jam. I don't like it. Oh, well, hello, H.P. Lovecraft. What's up? So there you go. That's the Coachella news. Let me move on because I really want to get to Mr. Swalwell. Justin Bieber, already talked about him. Big news in Hungary. The dictator in Hungary, the one they said is the dictator, Viktor Orban has lost after 16 years. With 79% voter turnout, post-communist record, CISA, which is a political party in Hungary, secured 138 of 199 National Assembly seats, enough to amend the constitution. Woo! Viktor Orban, who has led since 2010, conceded defeat, phoned Magyar to congratulate him, and saw his Fidesz alliance drop to 55 seats. The 45-year-old lawyer
once an Orban insider, broke away from amid scandals to form pro-EU party. Capitalizing on anger over corruption and economic woes, European leaders celebrated the shift towards Brussels. So basically, Hungary has been taken back over by the globalists, which is a bummer, because I think Orban, I know that people want to say, oh, he's a dictator, he's this, that. Well, they had elections and he conceded defeat, so he must have been not a very good dictator, as far as I'm concerned. But anyway, Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban conceded defeat in parliamentary elections on Sunday, bringing an end to 16 years of governance in Budapest. Following a hotly contested campaign against his rival member of the European Parliament, Peter Magyar, and his upstart CISA party, a record turnout of over 3/4 of voters decided to turn the page from Viktor Orban's Fidesz party, which had ruled the country since 2010. With over 2/3 of the votes counted, CISA held a lead of 53% to 37%, according to Magyar Nemzet, whatever that is, likely paving the way for a governing majority in the parliament. Oh, a governing supermajority. Like when they say enough to amend their constitution, that means they got a supermajority, because apparently in Hungary you need a supermajority to amend the constitution there. It will not be the first time Orban has been sent to the opposition benches, despite persistent claims of being a faux dictator. Orban accepted his first defeat in 2002 after serving 4 years as PM before coming back to power 8 years later. Conceding defeat on Sunday evening, Orban said, "The election result is painful for us, but understandable. I congratulate the CISA party." Wow, what a terrible dictator he is. So anyway, the reason I found this interesting, I saw a post earlier from none other than Barack Obama. I've seen posts from Barack Obama and whatever he who shall not be named son is, the whatever his fucking name is, all excited that, Obama has the nerve to say, oh, democracy comes back to Hungary. This is great for democracy. Hey, dipshit. Orban won election twice. It's not like he just took over with like guns and shit. He didn't push other candidates out of the race by, leaking scandals about them like a certain former senator from Illinois did. He took the election and he's taken his loss, and then he came back and won again later. What else do you want from democracy? You love to say the fucking word democracy. So anyway, this is the new guy, and he's totally in with Brussels, apparently. And so there you go. Hip, hip, hooray. Another country joining the globalist, cadre, I should say. What is this? Oh, good morning, Rockhopper. What's up, sir? I guess I'll have to wait until after the show to see a like and share on the show link that I posted with a few pictures I took on top of the building at the corner of Fern Avenue and Weston Road. Well, not necessarily. Look, if I see things in the chat, I often respond to them. And in this case, let me see if I can find what you're talking about. Okay. Oh, wait, I don't see the pictures. I see TC shared the show. See, here's TC sharing the show right there. Boom. And then I'm reposting that. And there's Scribe again. I don't see the pictures you posted. All I saw was the, where is it? Where's the one you put up here? I don't know where it is. Well, anyway, post it. It'll be at the end of the show if I don't remember. All right. Okay, so Viktor Orban lost. Next thing on here. Let's talk about, and also Orban is trending. I wish I could find the post by Barack Obama. But the lefties are just celebrating this like, oh, they defeated Donald Trump. And I'm like, wait a minute. Again, this dictator wasn't dictating very well if he allowed an election to get him ousted. Now, here's someone, LH Gray says, every fucking American better sit the fuck down and pay attention because the globalist communists just delivered a masterclass in subversion. And the last pure holdout in Europe has fallen. Well, is that true? Because Poland still, I think, is holding out. Today, right now, Hungary, Viktor Orban's fortress of sovereignty, the final bastion of unapologetic. Oh, the other things, now you can expect
Because Orban, like the guy in Poland, they were very against having all these migrants coming to Hungary. Okay, so I would see that you're going to see a rash of that, a migration in Hungary. But anyway, Orban's fortress of sovereignty, the final bastion of unapologetic national identity against the Brussels Davos machine, has conceded 16 years of defiance, crushed by the coordinated pathology of funded opposition, media psyops, and the eternal Marxist tactic of, quote, democratic infiltration. They didn't storm the gates, they rotted the foundations from within. This isn't chaos, it's clinical. The same ideological virus we've watched metastasize across the continent, the slow, deliberate demoralization perfected by Gramsci's long march through the institutions, the Frankfurt School psychological acid eating away at family, faith, and folk. They flood nations with unassimilable migration to fracture identity, weaponize NGOs, and color revolution manuals straight out of Soros, he shall not be named, and George Sharp, and then squeeze economies through EU debt and regulatory strangulation until the population begs for normalcy. Hungary was the immune system, the one place that still understood borders, blood, and belonging as non-negotiable. That now it's compromised. Europe is a corpse twitching under the boot of technocratic totalitarianism, and sheep keep bleating about progress. European friends, does this sound accurate? Just curious. Americans, you have exactly 3 years left until Trump, before 2028 becomes their kill shot. They are already recalibrating their sights on us, the same networks, the same billionaire oligarchs, he who shall not be named, and the Chinese dude, the same envy disguised as equity run, and that views American Republic as the ultimate prize. They know our psychology cold. Our rugged individualism is both greatest strength and our Achilles heel. They'll exploit every fracture, every influence, corrupt the universities as if that's a future. No, that's a past. They've already corrupted the universities. Flood the zone with propaganda and pathologize resistance as a threat to democracy while they install the very tyranny they claim to oppose. Yes, the threat to democracy because they want one-party rule. This is a lethal moment. The venom is ancient, power, lust wrapped in this language of compassion, destruction of the West sold as liberation. Study the fall, arm your mind with ferocious precision, reject the narrative, fight now, or watch your children's future auction to the highest globalist bidder. Spot on. So, there you go. Let's talk about... Oh, I got a couple things. One more thing before we get to Eric Swalwell. Get out your popcorn. Apparently, in the Dominican Republic, you can buy rice that was supposed to be aid given by USAID. Video shows USAID rice. Haiti. I'm sorry. From Haiti, resold in a Dominican market. Now, how did that happen? The 17-second video posted by investigative account Muckraker on April 12th captures white USAID bags amid colorful stalls in the Dominican Republic, where rice meant for starving Haitians appears to be resold. Prominent voices like Carrie Lake called it USAID corruption and a taxpayer grift, while others demanded the agency be shut down amid substantial U.S. aid to Haiti, $591 million in 2024, plus $138 million in early 2025. The footage highlights documented challenges with the aid resale and market diversion in the region. So, yeah, didn't that happen in Palestine too, where the aid just gets stolen by Hamas and then they sell it? So anyway, this is just the video they're talking about. You can check it out. This lady here selling the bag. Literally, it says USAID. She's selling USAID rice. Let's see what she says here. Let's see. Hang on a second. Oh, it's all in Spanish. Yeah, look right there. Look at that. That's USAID. These bags are all from USAID. She's selling rice that was meant for the starving people of Haiti. Where are our Congress people at on this? Hello, Renee Mayette. How you doing?
¿A cuánto? ¿Eso qué es? Sí, ¿a cuánto?
100 pesos per pound, which I don't know how much 100 pesos out. Siri, convert 100 Dominican pesos to dollars. $1.68 a pound. So there you go. All right. Anyway, so there you go. Our American foreign aid and help to the poor and needy being sold for $1.68 a pound. There you go. Good morning, Darren Root. How are you doing? All right, next, let's talk about Eric Swalwell. This is the big story of the weekend. It's the big story of the weekend. Yes, obviously Iran and Donald Trump deciding that he's going to take over the Strait of Hormuz is important, but oh, I'm sorry, the Pope is trending too. He ripped into the Pope. I'm just going to skip. You can check it out. Donald Trump ripped into the Pope on Truth Social. Eric Swalwell, though, has suspended his campaign for governor amid sexual conduct. Sexual misconduct allegations. The East Bay congressman in office since 2013 denied the allegations as flat false in a video and an X post, saying he'd handle the personal battle separately from his campaign. Reports from the San Francisco Chronicle and this is CNN detail claims, including a former staffer's assault accusation from 2019 and 2024, plus inappropriate photos, dick pics, and uninvited appearances from 3 other women. Over 50 former staffers called the claims credible in an open letter urging his resignation from Congress. Where were they in 2019? Prompting lost endorsements and Republican pushes for expulsion, while a Manhattan DA probe into one incident continues without the charges. Wow! He's even being investigated by Democrats in New York City. New York City? Get a rope. Okay, now this is interesting because in California, they have a governor's race going on, and they have, what do you call it? Not ranked choice voting, but they the way they do their primaries there is you can have, I think the top 3 candidates from the primaries end up in the general election, right? And most of the time in California, Democrats win all these places, right? But this time there's a Republican, I can't even remember which one it is, but there's a Republican who's in those top 3 for the final ballot of the governor. And Mr. Swalwell, Congressman Swalwell, and Katie Porter, nut job, which we'll show you in a minute, I think California Democrats were worried that those votes would be split, and God forbid they would get a Republican governor. Which is unacceptable. So I think Democrats known for years that Swalwell had problems. Think about it. This is the same guy that had a Chinese secretary or whatever that was Chinese, a Chinese spy in his staff. He also might have been Stuppen. And so, it's like we all knew he had problems. But now that there might be end up with a, Republican governor, now the Democrats have turned on Eric Swalwell, which is hilarious because Eric Swalwell is a well-known entity for being not even just a douchebag, but also one who has been very diligent about asking other people about their own sexual possible picadillos. Now, for example, by the way, here's the announcement he posted on X. It's interesting because he posted this announcement on X. When was this? April 12th? That was last night at 7:36 p.m. And this is breaking news for the most part. Hello, Selecta Boy. Yeah, boy. Here he is. Eric Swalwell. I am suspending my campaign for governor. To my family, staff, friends, and supporters, I am deeply sorry for mistakes in judgment I've made in my past. Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold up. Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me just check the phrase. Let me read the whole thing, and then we're going to go through the phrasing of this. To my family, staff, and friends and supporters, I am deeply sorry for mistakes and judgment I've made in my past. I will fight the serious, false allegations that have been made, but that's my fight, not a campaign's. What? Hold up. Hey. If you're deeply sorry for mistakes and judgment I made in my past, but then you're going to fight serious false allegations, which is it? Are they mistakes and judgment you made in your past, or are they false allegations that have been made? Because if they were false allegations that have made, you would just carry on, right? Or is this just becoming too much of a distraction? Now, a lot of people were asking him to jump out of the race because of the allegations, right? But I don't understand. How can it be both mistakes and judgment I've made in my past, or are they false allegations? Which is it, Eric? Which is it? Biatch! So, by the way, there's a lot of little clips. Everyone's posted clips of Eric Swalwell. So we're going to, during this chat of this particular topic, we're going to give you some of Eric Swalwell's greatest hits. Here he is on The Breakfast Club. That is the New York City radio show that's very popular with the brothers and sisters. This is just from last year, talking about this kind of stuff. Here we go.
And I was a prosecutor in Oakland for 7 years.
Where are you now? Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Allow me to grab some popcorn.
And I was a prosecutor in Oakland for 7 years. And it was very frustrating that many times it felt like the victims had none of the rights and the bad guys had all of the rights. Mm-hmm. And so for me, it's really focus on like serious, violent, sexual. Those three. If you like throw the book at those three, right? And throw the resources at those three, and then you show compassion and redemption for non-serious, non-sexual.
Oh, it's all quiet? Why didn't you tell me that earlier? I see. Okay, let me start over because I'm enjoying this popcorn. So here we go.
Sexual, non-violent, and believe that those folks, have a pathway into our community. I think you can get it right. And I was a prosecutor in Oakland for 7 years, and it was very frustrating that many times it felt like the victims had none of the rights and the bad guys had all of the rights. Mm-hmm. And so for me,
what are you, Eric?
It's really focus on like serious, violent, sexual. Those three. If you like throw the book at those three, right? And throw the resources at those three, and then you show compassion and redemption for non-serious, non-sexual, non-violent, and believe that those folks, have a pathway into our community. I think you can get it right. And I was
okay. All right, good to know, Eric. Okay, let me so here now we got there's all kinds of stuff. So I'm just gonna kind of go. I don't have them in a particular order. Now here's an example though of one of the things that Eric Swallowswell is being accused of. Influencer's husband threatens Eric Swalwell after he allegedly bombarded her with nudes and turned up at her house. Oh my God. Gubernatorial candidate Eric Swalwell will find himself in more legal crosshairs if he or his team disparages one of the accusers of sexual misconduct, her husband warned on Saturday night. Now that's interesting because this is someone from New York, I believe. And you know what they do in New York? I mean, look at what Donald Trump had to do. They got him on the hook for millions of dollars for that, what's her E. Jean Carroll nonsense, which was fake. But anyway, and I can prove it. I don't know if I can prove it, but there's plenty of evidence that she's full of shit. Hello, Gara Wolf. White people would be like, Mr. White Guild over here. Who are you talking about? What are you talking about? Hello, Maddie, by the way. Hold on, Gaffer Wolf. Who's Mr. White Guilt over here? I'm not sure what you mean. Oh, Swalwell. Okay, I was like, what does that mean? Because sometimes there's people who come into the show that I don't know. And I've seen you here before. I knew you weren't talking about me, but because some people come to the show and glance very quickly and assume that I'm white people. And I go, what? I know I'm light skinned because, you know, whatever. But anyway, okay, back to this article. It's Nelson. Everyone forgets I changed the screen. Oh, Horatio, what up? I did forget that. Thank you for letting me know. I was confused. Okay, here we go. Adam Parkamenko, who is married to Ali Samarco, said on social media he wished the congressman's family well and hope he gets the help he needs. But if Eric Swalwell or his attorney makes a single statement that disparages my wife, I will be filing a lawsuit against him, Parkamenko went on. I've already made clear that if he believes anything I've said is untrue, he should sue me immediately. He warned Swalwell he should be very careful about what he chooses to say before calling on him to resign from Congress. Samarco is one of 4 women who on Friday made sexual misconduct allegations against the candidate whose political career was all but over after he pulled his campaign for governor late Sunday. And, you know, in California, you can't run for 2 offices at once if you're running for one office. So he's done in Congress, too. So anyway, in a report published by CNN, this is CNN, Samarco alleged that Swalwell had sent her inappropriate messages on Snapchat in 2021, including unsolicited nudes, also known as dick pics. Ew! Turn that music off. That's terrible. Ew! Especially from that weirdo. It made me feel gross and uncomfortable, she said of the nudes. I didn't ask for that. Other accusations made more serious claims, including alleged forcible sexual conduct, unwanted. Starts with an R. You know what I'm talking about. The Manhattan District Attorney's Office in New York launched an investigation Saturday into the incidents. Since Friday, Swallow's campaign has imploded. Endorsements have been withdrawn and key staff members have quit. That same Friday, Swalwell posted a video adamantly denying the accusations. Here's the video. Let me see if what they got a link to here. Hang on a minute. Let's see what that. Well, because there's something significant about that video too. Arguing they have never happened and I will fight them with everything I have. Did they have that video? Is this it? Okay, that's not the one. I want the X video he posted. Do they have that in here? Apparently they don't. Anyway, there is something interesting about that video, but I'll skip it for now. If you watch Randy Monkey this morning, he talked about this too. He had it. Swalwell's lawyer, Elias Dibaye, also went on to This is CNN to try to batten down the claims, saying there may be a conspiracy by the Democratic Party to get rid of Swalwell. Is this like what Obama did in Chicago when he was running for the Senate? This sounds like something maybe Barack Obama orchestrated this. Oh, I may have an exclusive here. Anyway, in order to consolidate Democratic votes in the governor's race, that interview sparked criticism from opponents of Swalwell, including Parkamenko, who argued that Swalwell should own up to his alleged actions. I can't even begin to tell you the second-hand embarrassment I had watching him on CNN last night. Parkamenko commented. Now, I'm just wondering, why exactly did this come out now? Why would this come out now? Well, of course it's because he's in a governor's race and they needed to consolidate behind one candidate. Oh, here it is. Here's the video. Hey, here's the video. Here's the video of him with the allegations. Hold up. Hey. And there's a And then there's also a statement from the staffers. So we're going to listen to his statement and then the statement from the staffers. Here we go.
A lot has been said about me today through anonymous allegations. I thought it was important that you see and hear from me directly.
Okay.
These allegations of sexual assault are flat false. They are
Okay. I'm just going to make a note of that. These allegations are flat false. Flat false.
absolutely false. They did not happen. They have never happened. And I will fight them with everything that I have.
They did not happen. They never happened. What up, Unholy Blue? What up? It's Midnight's boyfriend. You're still her boyfriend, right? I'm just making sure. You know, you never know these days. I shouldn't even ask that. You're here because you're her boyfriend, and she loves you very much. Okay.
They also come on the eve of an election where I have been the front-runner candidate for governor in California.
And a front-runner candidate, not the.
I do not suggest to you in any way that I'm perfect or that I'm a saint.
But the allegations are completely false. Okay, I'm trying to follow you, Eric.
I have certainly made mistakes in judgment in my past.
Oh, wait. Woo! Wait. Are they related to this? Are related to that?
But those mistakes are between me and my wife.
Oh, snap! They're between you. What mistakes between you? Oh, you're talking about Fang Fang. Fucking Fang Fang. And I meant that not as an adjective, but a verb.
And to her, I apologize deeply for putting her in this position.
Ooh, what are you apologizing for? You shouldn't. If you didn't do nothing, if you didn't do nothing, why are you apologizing? Excuse me. I just need more popcorn because this is amazing. Let me grab some popcorn here.
I also apologize to you if in any way you have doubted your support for me. But I think you know who I am. For over 20 years, I have served the public. As a city councilman, as a member of Congress, and as a prosecutor who went to court on behalf of victims, particularly on...
Is this your best argument? I knew someone once who had this problem. I helped somebody once who had this problem. How could I do this thing?
On behalf of sexual assault victims. That's who I am.
Oh, hold on. I'm choking on popcorn now. He's apologizing for putting the interns into special positions as well. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I just pulled an E. Jean Carroll. Rape is not sexy. No, it's not.
And have always been. This weekend, I'm going to spend time with my family and friends. And I appreciate those who have reached out to me to show support. And
there's a joke in there, but I'm not going to say
I look forward to updating you very soon.
Well, he's updated us, and he's no longer in the governor's race. And he can't be a Congress. Well, I don't know. Maybe he could possibly throw his hat back in the race for Congress. I don't know if he could or not in California. Anyway, to be fair, what is the point of having interns if you cannot sexual assault and murder of you? Oh, my God. Oh, shit. AD. Yeah, don't choke while I'm live. Yeah, wouldn't that be terrible? Wouldn't that suck? Get some popcorn in your throat and I just choke to death right here. So here's the statement from his former staffers. Okay. And why did it take? I mean, look, 2019 were not the first accusations, but that's where some of the accusations from. Why did it take from 2019? That means he got reelected in 2020, 2022, and 2024 to Congress with these accusations on the table. With some of these things on the table for 3 elections, and they're not coming up until he could possibly split the Democratic ticket in the governor's race and give the race to a Republican. This is some Barack Obama shit. How Barack Obama got people out of the Senate race when he was running for senator in Illinois. I would not put it past him to have his fingers in this somehow. We, the undersigned former staffers of Congress and Eric Swalwell, write today with heavy hearts and unwavering resolve. The allegations reported by the San Francisco Chronicle, and this is CNN, are serious, credible, and demand accountability. We stand unequivocally with our colleague who showed extraordinary courage in coming forward to share her truth. How about just sharing the truth? Not her truth, the truth. We believe her. I was thinking about Justin Bieber again. What has been described is not a political attack. It is the account of a young woman who trusted her employer, who was targeted and exploited by someone in a position of power. I'm not going to do it. Over her. I'm not going to do it. And who has carried this burden for years. The corroboration reported by both outlets, including medical records and multiple witnesses, make clear that this cannot be dismissed or deflected. No statement, no cease and desist letter, and no claim of political motivation changes what our colleague experienced. We call on all relevant law enforcement authorities to open a full and thorough investigation into the allegations against Congressman Swalwell without delay. No one, and I mean no one, is above the law. I'm getting a lot of use out of that thing today. No one is above the law. Not a congressman, not a candidate for governor, no one. We further call on Congressman Swalwell to immediately withdraw from the California gubernatorial race and resign his seat in the United States Congress. I don't think Democrats are going to let him do that. Although a few have demanded that too. Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi, a couple. The people of California's 14th congressional district and the people of this country deserve representation from someone whose conduct reflects the values of public service. Look, it's California. People been publicly serving each other for years in California. Go to any pride parade, you'll be seeing some public servicing. And also, I'm sorry, the moral obtuseness of any California district, especially his. Come on, man. Seriously, come on. Where is it?
Come on, man.
Please. Remaining in either role while these allegations hang unresolved is an insult to every person who has ever worked for him, reported to him, or placed their trust in him. This is his staff writing this shit. Holy shit. To our colleague, you are not alone. You are not alone. We see you. We stand by you. We stand with you. We are deeply sorry that we did not know what you were enduring, and we carry the weight of that with us. Did you really not know? Did she not tell anyone else on the staff any about this? No, yeah. 3 elections since 2019. She didn't tell nobody back then. I know I did a double negative again, but that's a black vernacular thing. Just deal with it. We are deeply sorry that we did not know you were enduring, carry the weight, blah, blah. Your bravery in speaking out has given voice to what many victims have feared to say, and we are grateful for your courage. We are appalled by his actions and stand firmly with you and with every victim who has come forward. Justice is not optional. Accountability is not negotiable. We will not be silent. You've been silent for 6 years, bitches. Why now? Why did you wait until now? That is the, what it used to be called, the $64,000 question. That's a $64,000 question. Why did you wait till now? So anyway, lots of posts about Eric Swalwell here. Oh, here's another. Speaking, I said greatest hits. Eric Swalwell, greatest hits. Here he is with the pencil-necked one himself, Adam Shitforbrains. Let's see. And this is back in 2026, February.
As I said, if you've just joined or you're came in late, Senator Adam Schiff, a friend, a partner, endorsing our campaign.
Well,
first of all, let me say...
Adam Schiff endorsing his campaign. I'm sorry, I need more popcorn for this.
How proud I am to support you, Eric. And, before you got in the race, it was fully my intention to probably stay out of the race. A lot of friends are running.
Adam Schiff is so fucking arrogant that he had to mention while he's endorsing Eric Swalwell that, I figured I'd just stay out of the race. Like you wouldn't have had a chance if he'd been there. Isn't that amazing?
A lot of very, capable people are in this field who, I have great respect for. But there are a couple things that compelled me. One,
how you feeling now there, Pennsylvania?
One is that when you got in the race, here was somebody that I'd worked with for over a decade who I had seen stand up to Donald Trump and stand up to all his MAGA allies, no matter what they threw at you, Eric. And they're attacking you again.
By the way, that was the only thing fucking Swalwell was running on in California. That he's anti-Trump. I mean, that's it. That's all he had.
Again now, because they fear that you'll be successful in this race, and they don't want a powerful person in the governor's office once again to stand up to this president.
We'll get through this. We're better than he is. And
what does this have to do with California, Eric? You're running for the governor of California. Not for president, not for, not for the Senate. Good morning, Reaccion Puerto Rico.
You often like to quote our colleague Elijah Cummings, the late Elijah Cummings, who would say, we are better than this. And that's just how I see our state, and that's how I see our country.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Enough. I can't listen to him anymore. Do I have another greatest hits here? Oh, this is just, by the way. And apparently Swalwell has been living in some billionaire's mansion. Like, let me open this article. Is this it right here? Here. Oh, what? Wait, what? Wait a minute. I missed this headline. Eric Swalwell filmed his rape denial video in lavish mansion of eccentric billionaire who is in a relationship with alleged honey trap burglar. What does that mean? Eric Swalwell denied allegations of rape and sexual assault in a social media post that was filmed Friday at the Beverly Hills mansion of his eccentric billionaire benefactor. Multiple sources confirmed that the video Swalwell recorded in his full-throated denial was taken from a room inside the 9,700 square foot home of Stephen Klubeck, who has also been shacking up with an alleged honey trapper accused of burglarizing the home of rich and older men in Los Angeles. What? Okay. Well, apparently oh my God, that's a shack right there. So anyway, that's where he filmed it. Well, apparently now he's getting kicked out of the mansion. This is, where is it? Here it is. Billionaire kicks Eric Swalwell out of his mansion and wants $1 million back after heinous sex allegations. Lefty billionaire Stephen Klubeck dramatically cut ties with Eric Swalwell and revealed that he has kicked him out of his mansion hours before the congressman dropped his run for Californian governor. I am no longer supporting Eric, Klubeck said in a post in the exclusive interview. Fucking tell everyone I'm a libertarian. Fuck you, Democratic Party. I'm a libertarian now. The ugly breakup between the timeshare mogul and Bay Area congressman who pulled out of the governor's race late Saturday marks yet another stunning point in Swalwell's cratering political career following public allegations of grapes. sexual assault and other sexual misconduct made from several women who knew or worked for Swalwell. The Bay Area congressman lost most of his endorsements. He's potentially facing expulsion from Congress and became the subject of a criminal investigation. Klubik spent more than $1 million supporting Swalwell's candidacy, and the embattled congressman filmed a denial Friday from inside the billionaire's palatial Beverly Hills mansion. Klubik confirmed Swalwell was no longer staying with him, and the billionaire alleged tranny trapper fiance, who has been accused of burglarizing the homes of other rich old men in Los Angeles. Quote, I have a lot of people who stay at my house, Klubik said with a laugh. I built a gorgeous place, my dream home. I relish it, and I'm a generous man. I'm very thoughtful, and I'm very kind. He added that he would need to talk with his attorney to see if he can claw back the $1 million he gave to an independent committee supporting Swalwell. Holy shit. There's more, but you can read it yourself. Fuck it. Oh, I don't like laughing at the misfortune of others, but good God, that's a bummer. Thank you, Reaction Puerto Rico. First donor of the day. Yes, baby. Thank you. Dropping a deuce in the tip jar, saying, are they going to run a Swallows Cummings ticket? Well, Cummings is dead, but oh yeah, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do it. And now just a couple more greatest hits before we move on. Here's Eric Swalwell back.
What are the chances that 3 or 4 women independently who never met each other would have similar experiences with one person? So either, Ari, this person committed these horrific acts, or he is the single unluckiest person in the world for these people to conspire and make up lies against him. But it's a very hard case to make the more allegations that come in.
And even the counter.
I had no idea that they... that they've already interviewed him about himself. Wait a minute. No, I'm sorry. That was Eric Swalwell talking about Brett Kavanaugh in 2018. Now it's funny because back in that Kavanaugh thing, the only one who stuck to her story was the weirdo they got on the stand. The others recanted their stories, saying that they lied. Well, they were just saying that their stories weren't true, but they didn't lie, but their stories weren't true. They misrecalled events that they made up. So anyway, and then is this Swalwell? Yeah, we already did Swalwell on the Breakfast Club, and that's, oh, by the way, so that leaves, as far as the Democrats, I don't know if there's more than how many candidates are left. There's a Republican, and then there's Katie Porter. Now, I don't know if you remember Katie Porter. Hey, let me just wait. Here's the description. This is someone called Kentucky Girl says, this is the Democrat frontrunner for governor in California. If this wackadoo is the best the left has to offer in California, followed by a serial sexual assaulter, they're in serious trouble. Well, here's Katie Porter. If you don't know her, here's an example.
You might know. And that is where we did a study recently this fall in September. And what it showed is if we don't electrify our transportation sector, that we're going to lose more than 500,000 Californians dying prematurely to air pollution and other problems. And the state could lose. Get out of my fucking shot.
Wait, I forgot about this one. So she's making this video. I want you to look in the background. I'm going to start this over. Look in the background. Hey, Brenda, welcome. What up, Brenda? Welcome back. Nice to see you. Don't watch Katie Porter. Watch the background. Watch the background.
You might know.
Oh, we're talking about Swalwell dropping out, by the way, Brent. We talked about Swalwell dropping out, and I can't remember what else. But anyway, watch the background, and then you'll understand what she just did there.
And that is where we did a study recently this fall in September. And what it showed is if we don't electrify our transportation sector, that we're going to lose more than 500,000 Californians dying prematurely to air pollution and other problems. And the state could lose. Get out of my fucking shot.
she's doing this video, and her sister accidentally photobombs. What the hell was that noise? Why did that happen? Hang on a second. What the hell happened? Anyway, she's making the video, and her sister, I guess, wasn't paying attention.
I wanted to tell you that that's actually incorrect. It's not that it's electric vehicles. It's that.
And she has the nerve to correct her own sister, who's running for governor, about this.
You don't need the commitments under the Paris Climate Accord.
Okay, it does. Okay, you also were in my shot before that. Stay out of my shot. Okay, I'm going to start again with electric vehicle saving.
Apparently, this might have been during a live, because why would she post it if it was, if their sister jumps into the shot? Did that last one do that? I could have sworn. Why did my alerts go back to the old style ones? I want the new ones. I'm going to fix this. Hello, thank you, Kara Soldier, by the way. Dropping a deuce in the tip jar via Streamlabs, and that makes you are the new Streamlabs Superstar sponsor of the day with a deuce. The hell. Here, let me do the proper notification. There we go. Now that's what it's supposed to sound like. Kara Soldier says, Cummings may be dead, but we know the Democrats have dark contracts with narcomancers. Tyre, watch your Crips. Oh, well, there you go. Thank you. Thank you, Kara Soldier. That's exactly what I need to hear about right now. Anyway, so Katie Porter was very, very angry with her sister being in the picture. And that's the new front runner for governor in California. So there you go. All right. Another news. This is finally, I'm getting this other thing that's Minnesota stuff, because I've got, living in Minnesota and seeing things happening in Minnesota, I get a lot of Minnesota stuff in my feed. So here's apparently Savannah Hernandez. She's I guess a TPUSA reporter person, whatever. And she was out at a protest in Minneapolis. She's been here for a few weeks. And apparently some people who are, the very peaceful protesters decided that she did not belong there taking video, and they assaulted her for being there. So journalist Savannah Hernandez assaulted by protesters outside Minneapolis ICE facility. Easy for me to say, Minneapolis ICE building, which it's funny. I realize I live about 5 miles from that building. I drive by it quite often, actually. I didn't realize over by Fort Snelling State Park, Fort Snelling State Park is in the middle of the Twin Cities suburbs, and Fort Snelling itself is a fort back in the 1800s during the Indian Wars here, and it's a historical site now and museum. But also the Minnesota National Guard is still in part of that fort. So, and then the Whipple Federal Building is also there, and that's where they have several federal offices there, and then also the ICE detention facility. And so people are still protesting out there in general. Well, on Saturday, the Turning Point USA journalist faced aggressive protesters outside the Whipple building in Minneapolis, a hotspot for anti-ICE demonstrations against Trump-era deportation. She suffered minor injuries like scraped legs and a stiff neck. Hennepin County deputies arrested 4 people, Chris Altroshko and his wife Deanna, daughter Paige, and Paige boyfriends Lorenzo Amadeo Garcia for assault and obstruction. The FBI launched a probe and local charges are pending, spotlighting journalist safety amid heated immigration protests. Now, the people who are involved in this are being charged, but they will be, they'll get one of these from, Hennepin County judges, because that's just how it goes in Minneapolis when it's someone on the left. But anyway, so federal officials say FBI is now investigating the attack on a Turning Point USA reporter outside the Whipple building during an anti-ICE rally. What we know, the Hennepin County Sheriff's Office said it was investigating the incident outside the Whipple building. Deputies said 4 people will be charged in connection with Saturday's protest. The deputies said 3 will be charged in connection to the assault of a journalist and a deputy. The fourth individual is set to face charges related to gross misdemeanor obstruction with force against a deputy, the sheriff's office adds. And so here's the incident. Thank you, Ty Alexander, with $2.30 the tip jar. Now you are the new Streamlabs Superstar sponsor of the day. Who says, P, I have to correct you. Oh, what? Hang on. He says, P, I have to correct you. That wasn't her sister. That was Katie Porter's assistant. She is a horrible boss. An uber bitch. She threw a pot of boiling potatoes at her ex-husband, and he filed for a divorce for abuse. Callie is fucked if she wins. FTG, that harpy. Well, thank you very much, Tyre. That's good information, and I appreciate you. I thought it was her sister, but it's her assistant. I thought it was the one and the same. I thought she was also her sister and assistant. But anyway, Katie Porter is a train wreck. And good luck, California. Good luck. So anyway, here's the incident against Savannah Hernandez. We'll just do the video here, and you'll see what happened. It's funny too, because one of the as you'll see, one of the people involved in this has gotten a lot of really good press. Oh, I'll turn that down. So it's like bumping into her. Now she's that alone could constitute assault, right? I mean, that's certainly assault. And I'm so tempted to go down there. I am so tempted to go down there. Because let these motherfuckers do this dumbass shit to me. Especially, well, you'll see what's going to happen. So anyway, so this girl is pushing her, physically making contact with her. So who is assaulting whom here? And still running into her. And now, that's from her own camera. And this girl attacks her, right? So that's one angle. That's one angle. All right. Now, no one knows why this guy's not doing anything, but let me show you some different angles of this, because you'll see other people's version. Where is it? Let's start. Let's see. Okay, here. Where's the beginning? Some of these don't start at the beginning, so I want to. I think this one does. So we're going to include this in Jen Psaki's report, because she's talking about one of the people involved in this and how nonviolent these protests are.
Chris now goes by the nickname Minnesota Angry Man, and he's using his newfound fame to encourage others
that's the girl that was blowing the whistle in her face, who just punched her. And then the mother comes and pushes her. Now wait for this one. This next one, though.
We need some peace and
this full-grown man pushes her to the ground. Hold on, listen to what he's saying, and then juxtapose it to what he's doing in this particular incident.
Harmony in our state.
Wait, hang on. I'll start here, because they've had multiple interviews with this guy, because he's just this. Well, you'll see in a minute.
Of wisdom to share, and here's what he had to say.
Listen to him.
We need some peace and harmony in our state and across our country. We've been dealing with enough tyranny.
She literally shoved a woman to the ground. Tough guy.
We're done with that. We need some peace, love, and harmony. Please come out.
Now, both the mother and the daughter attack her and tackle her to the ground, which some of the people there are like smart enough to say, hey, we need to stop doing this shit. This doesn't look good for our side. At least there's some people with some brains.
Show up. Get off that couch. If I can do it, you can do it. We can march. We can dance. We can sing.
And this guy's still coming after her.
Swear at the sky.
This is him and him. Same guy right here. Oh, we need some peace and harmony.
From the couch to the streets, what a rallying cry there. Love to hear it.
Now, look, I'm not one to advocate for violence at all. I'm not a violent guy. I've been very few fights in my life. Very few. Usually we're instigated by my best friend's older brothers, who wanted just to see me fight just for fun, because they were boxers and I didn't box, so I always wrestled. but those were fun. That wasn't even fights. I've been in very few fights, but someone would get knocked the fuck out if that were my daughter, if that were my friend. That dude, you're gonna shove her? Oh well, time to defend some people. Unfortunately, she didn't have her bodyguards around her. She went down there bravely on her own. But she's just trying to interview people, and they're shoving her around. So anyway, other articles about this: anti-ICE protesters violently attack conservative journalist Savannah Hernandez. And she was, let's see, this is. You may be familiar with Savannah Hernandez. The best way to describe her in my mind is that she's a guerrilla-style reporter who's mostly known for her work with Turning Point USA. She goes where action is and gives conservative point of view. She follows the rules of giving left all the space they need and mostly just relies on exposing their own words and actions as a meaning of shining a light on just how manipulative, corrupt, and dishonest the left can be. More often than not, she comes away with some pretty good raw video that gets a good amount of clicks and shares, making her an influencer, but this does not happen without her taking personal risk. This is her when she was covering fires in California in 2025. I'm not going to play the video. But over the past week, Hernandez has been in Minneapolis covering violent leftist protests. Are there any other kind? It's not clear if protesters knew who she was or if they needed to know who she was. That wasn't one of, or needed to know that she wasn't one of them. Either way, things got violent. And again, that's her video. We already saw part of it. According to Hernandez, she went to Minneapolis to cover an anti-ICE protest outside of the Whipple ICE detention facility operated by U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. As you can see in the video, she was mobbed by protesters, some of whom identified themselves as Antifa. The video captures things from a broader perspective. This is the wider video. No, still not the one. Oh, so this is where they're all trying to hit her with dildos, which I'm like, okay, we know you're a dick. You don't have to prove it. Let's see. So they're harassing her basically. And then the one chick just keeps blowing the whistle in her face, whatever. So anyway, you can watch these videos on your own. These aren't ICE observers, as the left likes to call them. These are not nonviolent protesters. You can see they repeatedly cross the line by not respecting Hernandez's space, pushing and shoving, and even knocking her to the ground. There's nothing peaceful about these people or protests. They are designed to intimidate and even terrorize anyone who might want to expose them or even disagree with them. Hernandez says she'd uncovered the names of some of the individuals involved and reported them to the police, who have made arrests and are investigating. Now, we'll skip on ahead here. So anyway, I have the reports from local stations. I have some of the media that, like for example, that J.J. Sefton uses, was mostly right-wing media, but these are local reports. So, 4 arrested during protests at Whipple Building for allegedly assaulting journalists and a deputy. Allegedly. Well, we have video of it. The Hennepin County Sheriff's Office is saying it's recommending charges against 4 people stemming from protests outside the Whipple Federal Building on Saturday. So they're recommending charges. Good. Now, again, this is Hennepin County, where Hennepin County Attorney Mary Moriarty probably won't prosecute these to the fullest because she's, in fact, they'll let them go. They'll let them all go. They'll let them off with the, boop, don't do it again. Here's a $5 fine. In total, the sheriff said 4 people are arrested, 3 of whom are tied to the assault of a journalist and a deputy, while the 4th is charged with gross misdemeanor obstruction with force against deputy. Turning Point USA reporter Savannah Hernandez posted on social media that she was mobbed and assaulted while filming a protest at Whipple Building on Saturday. However, it isn't confirmed at this time if the charges against 4 people were in connection to Hernandez. They were. So, and also now the DOJ is going to probe the assault. That's the guy right there. Now let's get to this guy. First of all, apparently his daughter, one of his daughters wasn't there, isn't happy about this. She says, she denounces her own family's attack. The radical left can't help themselves, and now even their own family members are turning on them. Conservative journalists, blah blah blah. Let me skip down. by the way, the man, these are meme faces, man. Meme as in meme, not mean, not like Mean Girls, but memes. Look at their faces. That's the mom, daughter, and father. That's a family there. The man who shoved Savannah Hernandez to the concrete was identified as Chris Otroshko, the self-proclaimed Minnesota angry man who's got a lot of media attention. Let's put it that way. But the real story gets even better. His daughter Paige, who goes by Minnesota's angry daughter online, when police moved in, Paige tried to resist arrest, and the entitled radical she is, as the entitled radical she is, she was briefly detained but released. Her boyfriend, however, wasn't so lucky. Paige's boyfriend, 20-year-old Lorenzo Armadeo Garcia of St. Cloud, was arrested on probable cause for obstructing justice. Garcia's father was allegedly deported to Mexico. Paige herself took to video to cry foul and rewrite history. So here's her. Let's see. Where's the girl whining? Maybe I'll just play that. Here it is. Here's her whining about what happened in a video. Fernandez posted this.
This is Emma, angry daughter, also known as Paige Ostrusko. And I was the girl that literally just got fucking assaulted by a fucking piece of shit.
She's claiming she got assaulted. Now, she was blowing a whistle directly into her ear and shoving her around by, pushing her around, chest bumping her. And she's claiming because Savannah put her hand up to get her off of her that she was assaulted. She's full of shit, and there's plenty of videos showing it.
Turning point bitch. And first of all, her fucking ID is expired. 2023 is when it expired. And second of all,
what does that mean? What does that even mean? Her ID is expired in 2023. How so? Paige.
They're gonna like do investigation.
By the way, I'm not sure what Judas is. Anyone know what Judas for Paige and Lorenzo? Anyone? Anyone know what the fuck that means? Oh, they were trying to write justice. Well, they're stupid.
And all that for video, but I need everybody to send their video that they got of her assaulting me first. And then second of all,
you pushing her around with your chest with a whistle in as close to her ear as possible. You don't think that's assault, Missy? You touching her at all is not assault, honey? Please.
Boyfriend that was protecting me, Lorenzo Garcia, the one that was talking about his dad, they fucking took him for protecting me. I need everybody to get the word out to go to
Maybe you shouldn't touch cops when they're making an arrest. Get the fuck out the way.
Hennepin County jail and help him get out because he was assaulted and unlawfully arrested for no reason for protecting his girlfriend.
From what? You mean he tried to get in the way of cops when they were trying to arrest your dumb ass?
Please send videos. Please get the word out. This is Emma, angry daughter, also known as
the videos aren't going to help you, dear. The videos are not going to help you. So anyway, now comes the stunning twist that exposes just how toxic this family's far left ideology has become. In a powerful Facebook statement, well, we'll just open that up. Another daughter and sister of the Ostruska family, Desiree Ostrusko, has completely broken ranks and denounced the brutal attack on Savannah Hernandez. She wants the world to know she does not stand with her family's violent leftist rage. Well, let's see what this is. I need to be very clear about where I stand. I do not align with my family's actions in this situation at all. I do not agree with what was done. I don't support it, and I don't stand behind it in any way. Violence is never acceptable to me, no matter the circumstances, opinions, or political beliefs involved. What happened to Savannah was wrong, plain and simple. Everyone has a right to speak, to express themselves, and to be heard without fear of being attacked. That's something I will always stand on. I also want to be honest. If politics is going to turn into violence, hatred, and harming other people, I will remove myself completely. I will not be a part of that, even if it means creating distance from my own family. My values matter, and I refuse to compromise them. This isn't easy to say, but it is important. I believe in respect, accountability, and doing what's right, even when it's uncomfortable or painful. I stand for peace. I stand for people being able to use their voice safely, and I will always stand on that. Give that woman a hand. Good for her. Good for her, man. Dawg Knight, I do have to say, I was one that got in the way when a cop was beating on my husband after we called them because someone was trespassing on our property and abusing a dog. The trespasser was. You know what? It'll get you in trouble. Part of it is, look, you got to let, in some ways, you just got to let them do their job. And if you think they did something wrong, it's time, then take it to court. Always have your video out too. Always have your video out because cops aren't perfect either. And there's a lot of cops who are shitheads because cops, despite the fact that they're cops, they're still people, and some are assholes. Everyone's got to acknowledge that. I absolutely acknowledge that. So anyway, interesting. Lots of people commenting to her. So there you go. All right. And then here's the this douchebag. This is another video of the assault. Here's this guy though. Meet Chris Otrusco. He's one of the people who attacked Savannah while she was filming at the Whipple Federal Building in Minneapolis. He owns Lychee Lounge, a gecko breeding and selling business. His wife and daughter, who both also assaulted Savannah, can be seen in posts from his business accounts. Oh, I got to look that up. That's in Prior Lake. Someone says it's in Prior Lake, which is about 5 suburbs over from me. And then that's the girl bitching that she got arrested. Also, Paige. Oh, here's her getting arrested. Wait, hang on a second. Let me escape from there. Paige Otrusco getting arrested after assaulting Savannah Hernandez. She refused lawful orders from Hennepin County Sheriff's deputies and had to be forcibly detained. Then a full riot broke out with multiple arrests, but somehow her father, Chris Otrusco, the guy who rammed Savannah into the ground, walked away free. Check the comments for their open calls for violence. So this is, I don't know what platform this is on. It's either TikTok or Instagram. I don't know. We'll see in a second. So they're arresting her.
Hang on. Why are you grabbing her? If you just want her side of the story, why are you grabbing her?
Don't touch me.
Don't talk. Is she under arrest? Why are you grabbing her? Why are you grabbing her?
Now, she was not under arrest. This is excessive use of force. They can detain her, though. And if she fights with them, they can detain her.
Hey, wait. Why are you grabbing her?
That's not even a chokehold. Stop.
I just got maced.
Good. Stay out of the way. Stop getting in the way. She didn't. Another saying. Oh, the other girl instigated. I guess by just being there, she instigated it. So that was the arrest, and then we've already seen this video. Oh, this is when he was on MS. When she was on it, this dickhead was on MSNBC. Also this guy was on The Bulwark, the conservatives who left Trump land, and they're lionizing this motherfucker too. Although this is not the conservative. There's kind of a coalition of, basically it's a coalition of anti-Trump people. So here's this same douchebag getting interviewed there.
So thuggish. So fucking thuggish.
Just thuggish.
Right. There was one girl that got knocked down. She was bawling. She hit her head on the concrete, and they grabbed her by the leg and dragged her all the way across the damn road onto the federal land and detained her over there. And she was injured. She was hurt. She was crying. There was no reason to even detain her because she didn't even do anything wrong.
So thuggish.
So thuggish. which guy is he talking about? The guy he's talking to?
Yes.
So thuggish. Oh, so thuggish. Mr. Innocent here. Oh my God, the new meme. Suburban dad's rant became a touch point of ICE opposition. So this is the guy, the Minnesota Star Tribune, ran a giant puff piece on Chris Ostrusko, the man who attacked Savannah Says, at the editor-in-chief of Minnesota's largest paper, is also home. Is also a former Tim Walz appointee. Yeah, the local Minnesota, it's called the Minnesota Star Tribune. When I moved here, it was the Minneapolis Star Tribune. We had the Minneapolis Star Tribune and the St. Paul Pioneer Press, which both are active, but they're dying papers. But they're full of they're all DFL supporting, Democrats. A quote from the article: "I'm not the rah-rah, get in your face, yelling and screaming type of person," Ostrusko said. "I like to avoid trouble, even though it looks like a person that may like to fight or something. That's not me." So, and there's the face. There's the face that makes babies cry. Okay. Let's see. All right, last couple things before I go. More corruption in Minnesota. It's everywhere. This is a new case. An Anoka County couple charged with stealing over $861,000 in SNAP and medical benefits by hiding business income, 17 vehicles, and assets while claiming property. They own 17 fucking vehicles? I mean, look, maybe they have a junkyard in their backyard. I don't know, but here it is.
The county couple is being accused of defrauding more than $800,000 from publicly funded programs.
No, wait. By the way, the reason I wanted to play this, I want to see if you notice anything about this report that, just let me see if you notice anything about this report that might be conspicuous to you, okay? Because I watched it and I'll just let you watch.
Investigators say that bank records show large amounts were spent on luxury items and international travel. Our So Young Kim joins
international
us now
travel.
with a closer look at this case and what happened. And So Young, authorities say that this investigation actually goes back years.
That's right. And according to the court documents, the couple is accused of filing false information to receive these funds dating back to 2018. Newly filed charges against an Anoka County husband and wife accusing the duo of public assistance fraud. Both 52-year-old Mohammed Metwali El Shazli and 63-year-old Magda Mahmoud El Sagar are facing one count of wrongfully obtaining assistance and one count of perjury under oath. According to the criminal complaint, investigators say between August 2018 and November 2025, the couple and their 4 adult children received public benefits from Anoka County's Department of Human Services in the form of medical assistance. They also received SNAP benefits for portions of 2020, 2021, and 2022. The Minnesota Department of Children, Youth, and Families sent a statement on the matter that reads in part, quote, "DCYF is committed to program integrity and responsible stewardship of public funds. We have a culture of compliance and continuous improvement where we're always looking out for fraud, waste, and abuse. Fraud, waste, and abuse continues to be rare in SNAP. Out of respect to the legal process, DCYF does not comment on pending litigation." According to the court document, due to false reporting and fraudulent filings, an estimated $861,000 of medical assistance overpayments were made during the time period in question. Investigators say despite claiming their only assets were a checking account with $200 and a single vehicle, authorities uncovered 17 cars and a business account with an average cash balance of $30,000. Plus, investigators cite credit card statements including more than $50,000 spent at a jewelry store.
Where do you think they got all this money? And, okay, hang on.
And $7,000 spent on travel. And the Minnesota Department of Human Services oversees the medical assistance program, so we've reached out for additional details and have not heard back yet. Live in studio tonight, So Young Kim, Fox.
Okay. Class, some of you mentioned that. Now, yes, the name's probably Somali, right? Notice something weird about that report, though? not a picture, no picture of the couple, and just a really quick mention of their names in the middle of it. But what did they do the rest of the time? What did they do the rest of the time? They refer to them as a Minnesota couple. Just a Minnesota couple. Just a Minnesota couple. And multiple times they said Minnesota couple. They only the one little quick mention of their names in the middle of the report. Not mention their names again. Amazing. Amazing. Because I guarantee that you'd be looking at mugshots. Had it been a brother, you'd be looking at mugshots. Had it been a white male,
You're fucking a white male!
you'd be looking at mugshots. It was just a regular female, but no, not in this case. No, they ain't gonna show shit because they're afraid of there'd be backlash among the Somali community. All right. Also, remember this lady? I don't know if you remember this lady. This is what's her Nicole? What the hell is her name? Nicole Mitchell. Nicole Mitchell. Remember that story about the Minnesota legislator that broke into her mother's house and was trying to steal, or maybe it was her mother or mother-in-law, whatever, broke into the mother's house and got arrested. Cat burglar Nicole Mitchell, the Minnesota senator and felon who was convicted of burglary when she robbed her former mother-in-law, well, she's back. After being released from jail in late January, she's taking donations from Act Blue for another Senate run. Oh my God. How? But she has she's a felon. She's a true felon. Let's see. Also, there's another. Oh, by the way, remember the poor little bunny hat kid? Remember him? This is the bunny hat kid that they detained. ICE detained the child. No, ICE took care of the child while his father ran away and his mother wouldn't open the fucking door. Well, apparently their asylum hearing has been. Well, listen.
Everyone remembers the photo of little Liam Ramos, the
yes,
5-year-old migrant child pictured in ICE custody in Minneapolis wearing a sky blue bunny hat.
Mm-hmm. And I feel bad for the kid. This kid, nothing. It's not his fault that he's in this situation. It's his fucking parents' fault. But anyway.
ICE said that they tried to give Liam to his mother, but she refused to open the front
which
door,
she did.
leaving
Well,
them no
there was an
choice
interview.
but to detain him. The liberal media turned him.
By the way, you got to listen to. They're going to play the interview.
And his family into a cause celeb, evidence of the Trump administration's limitless cruelty. Especially after Liam and his father were taken to an ICE detention center. A judge ordered them released on the grounds that they had a pending asylum case. But this asylum case was fraudulent, something an immigration court found in March. And
what? It was fraudulent? What? Their asylum bid was not. It was rejected? Shocker! I can't believe it! I can't believe it! I can't believe it!
Ordered the family immediately deported to their home country of Ecuador. And in a recent interview, Liam's mother admitted that they were economic migrants.
But now listen to this interview. Listen to this interview from CBS and listen carefully. They fraudulently claimed to be seeking asylum, is what the immigration courts have determined. Listen to this interview. I'll read it. Yes, my son went to the door and knocked on it because I was inside.
You were scared about being detained. Do you believe ICE was using Liam as bait?
Yes.
Yes, you do. What was the most difficult moment for you during that entire process?
The hardest part was that I couldn't do anything. We did not come to this country to cause any harm. We came. I want to give my children a better future.
Of course, I understand why somebody would try to falsify.
Whoa, wait a minute. Well, that's a weird asylum claim. You came for a better future, but you didn't come because you were being persecuted at home?
Falsify their way into a country with a higher standard of living so they can give their children a better future.
And I don't knock them, but do it the right way.
It's still fraud. Liberals demand that we have compassion for the people coming here illegally and demanding the right to stay. But where is the compassion for working class Americans who have to compete with them for jobs?
Oh, come on.
Dollars go to subsidizing their free health care. Whose children have that much less attention from their teachers in public schools. Liam's parents are economic migrants who broke the law and lied to come here, and they need to go home.
And they've been ordered to go home. We'll see. We'll see how many appeals people make them. And finally, oh, this is a good one. We'll finish up with this. Let me close something real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and make my. Let me do something real quick. I got one more for you, so don't leave yet. Don't leave yet. Don't leave yet. I didn't even talk about what the holidays are today. It's National Scrabble Day, by the way. Which means you kind of have to be able to spell, but, you know. Anyway, so I got one more for you before we go. And then, what the hell happened there? Oh, there we go. Okay, let's do that. And I'm going to get ready just so I can save you the links. But before I do that, and then I got one more, and then we're going to go. But my computer's running a little slow. Share on the webpage. 1 year. Okay. All right. Last one of the day. This is good. I just got to be honest with you. This one's good. Here is... Well, there was a incident at a, where was this incident? Let me hang on a second here. So apparently an ice nightmare that went viral. She claimed that she was snatched at O'Hare Airport, dragged across state lines to a Wisconsin jail, and dumped into the street in the middle of the night. Here is the full story. I'm going to play the whole fucking thing.
Was not detained.
Hang on a second.
By ICE.
Oh, what the hell?
At any.
Hang on a second. Let's refresh this so I get. Yeah, I want the full, the full glory of this one. Hold up. Start it over.
Today, the Dodge County Sheriff said Sundance Sonny Knockby's story was made up.
Bullshit.
And he's demanding action accountability for what he calls lies.
Sundance Knockby was not detained by ICE at any time.
She wasn't?
She was not transported to Broadview Detention Facility.
What?
She
wasn't?
not transported across state lines to Dodge County.
What?
By
She
law
wasn't?
enforcement, anyway. She was not in the custody of the Dodge County Sheriff's Office.
What? Dodge County Sheriff Dale Schmidt, in his lawsuit, outlining what he calls a hoax, allegedly carried out by 28-year-old Sundance Sonny Knockby. Knockby's supporters spoke out last month after the Evanston native claimed she was detained at O'Hare Airport by Customs and Border Protection for 30 hours. Her family says she was then sent to the ICE detention facility in Broadview and later transported to a facility in Dodge County, Wisconsin, where they said she was released Saturday, March 7th.
But she got stolen. She got kidnapped by ICE. What do you mean she wasn't kidnapped?
According to the lawsuit, Sheriff Schmidt says Knockby was actually staying at a hotel near O'Hare and allegedly sent text messages from her room.
Oh my God.
Checked into the
This is some stupid criminal shit.
Hampton Inn and Suites,
World's
in
dumbest
Rosemont,
criminals.
Illinois, for the entire duration of this alleged event. Travel from the Hampton Inn and Suites in Illinois.
She
to the
even used her
Holiday
credit card. They got video of her.
Inn Beaver Dam was done to complete this hoax. She scammed a victim out of thousands of dollars in pursuit of this hoax against the federal government.
I wonder if she had a GoFundMe. I'm curious.
And the Dodge County Sheriff's Office.
During the sheriff's news conference, he displayed what he says are messages from Knockby.
Sorry for the blurry video.
At the time she claimed she was in custody. One message says, quote, going to look into this hotel. Another says, in the room now. And then there's this
She's
image
texting
also
somebody?
shown at the press conference in which the sheriff says Knockby was spotted at a store in Wisconsin during the time she says she was being held by Dodge County officials. Sheriff Schmidt says this isn't
She went
Knoxvie's
shopping.
first time lying to law enforcement. Court records confirm a 2019 case in which Knoxvie filed a false
it's
police report with
Sundas
Skokie PD,
NAQVA
claiming she was
Knoxvie.
sexually assaulted in a park. She pleaded guilty and did 2 years
This
of
is not the first
probation.
time she did
The
false
case was then
report.
dismissed. The sheriff personally suing Knoxvie for her alleged defamatory claims against his office.
Good for
the
him.
The sheriff also suing Cook County
Lock her
Commissioner
up.
Kevin Morrison for defamation. Morrison held a press conference on behalf of Knoxvie last month.
They asked for Sunny's phone number so they could search the facility for her phone. About 10 minutes later, the phone opened.
Wait a minute. He got her. He got this guy to defend her.
Text messages were read.
Oh, no, wait a minute. Oh,
and
no.
The phone was turned off, and we lost her location.
The Dodge County Sheriff said while the situation is disturbing and defamatory, no laws were broken
Okay, he
in
didn't defend her.
Wisconsin, so they can.
Well, she's a native of Evanston, Illinois. She's an American. She's claiming that they snatched her up and kidnapped her because she looked foreign.
Not file criminal charges. We have reached out to Sunny Knoxvie and her family for comment on the allegations and the lawsuit. We have not heard back.
Oh, you're not going to hear back, honey. Trust me. You are not going to hear back from Knoxvie. So there you go. Repatriate her family, something. Anyway, all right, guys, that's it. I appreciate you being here. Here's the links for today. Shut up, Siri. And there we go. That's it. I hope you all have a great day. That's it for whatever, Monday. I'll be back tomorrow. I'd love to be on time, but I can't promise it. But always be prepared for me to be here on time, which would be 10 o'clock Eastern. And you can do the math for the rest. I got to go. Thank you. My name is Dawg Knight, and I am out of here. Hey, this is Dawg Knight, and thank you for watching today on the Dawg Knight Channel. If you have an observation or remark you'd like to make about this video or my channel, I absolutely welcome you to write it in the comments section down below. I really look forward to hearing from you. And before you go, if you like what you saw but you're not already subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and definitely click that bell that pops up afterward so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. A special thank you to all supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through the Streamlabs link, which is also in the description down below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm Dawg Knight, and I'm out of here.